All right, so yesterday we finished up with all of our counting money math. So today we're actually going to begin our math lesson on telling time. So very specifically today we're going to focus on telling time to the hour and the half hour. So if you take a look at our clock, and I know we've seen our clocks as we've been practicing these on our daily counts. If we take a look at our clock, anytime this long hand stretches up and touches the top, we have an o'clock time. Anytime this long hand goes down and touches the 6 at the bottom, we have a half past or 30, right? And if you notice, my little hour hand moved, my little red hand, it was 1 o'clock. And when I went to 1:30, my hour hand moved to point in between the 1 and the 2, right? So we're going to use these times today, both at the o'clock and the half past, to work on telling time. Hopefully this is a review lesson for you and this is something that you remember from first grade. So let's jump right in. You may want a scrap piece of paper to write down some answers on and to draw your clock faces on. We do not need you to turn in your scrap piece of paper. You will turn in your assignment below with the puzzle piece on Schoology. All right, so let's get started. Take a look at this clock. What time is it? So if you take a look, hour hand, and it's up to the o'clock at the 12. So it is, you said 1 o'clock, you're right. All right, let's try another one. Uh-oh. I'm back. All right, here we go. What time is it? Look, little hand is in between the 2 and 3. Minute hand down to the 6. What time is it? That would be 2:30. All right, let's try another one. What time is it? What time do you think it is? You're correct if you said 4 o'clock. What time is it? Take a look. What time do you think it is? You're correct if you said or wrote down 8:30. What time is it? Ooh, this one's a tricky one. Little hands here, big hands here. So our hour and minute hands are actually touching. It is 12 o'clock. Very good. What time is it? What's your answer? What time do you think it is? Let's see if you're right. 5:30. Good job. All right, now we're going to practice actually drawing a clock and showing that time on the clock. So this is what you might want that scrap piece of paper for. To draw a clock, the first thing I'm going to need to start with is a circle. Do the best you can. We won't tell Miss Wagner. All right. When I draw my clock, the first thing I want to put is a 12 at the very top. Then I want to skip numbers and go to the 3 that's at the right. So a number 3. Then I'm going to write at the bottom, I'm going to put a 6. And to the left, I'm going to put a 9. So that's going to help me keep my numbers spaced out. And I'm going to go back and fill in a 1 and 2. My 3's there, so then I'm going to fill in a 4 and a 5. My 6 is there. Fill in a 7 and an 8. My 9 is there. Fill in a 10 and an 11 because my 12 is there. And then, of course, I have this middle dot to start at. All right, so 9 o'clock. 9 tells me that I need my shorthand to point at the 9, not touch it. That's the long minute hand's job, is to reach out and touch. So shorthand's going to point at the 9, but not touch it. It is exactly 9 o'clock. Remember, where did that o'clock go? O'clock, straight up. All right, so let's look what we got. Let's see if your clock matches mine. 9 o'clock. All right, let's try another one. This time, my clock needs to say 1:30. So let's practice drawing the clock to show 1:30. Okay, remember, first thing I need is a circle. Up top is my 12. To the right is my 3. Bottom gets a 6. And to the left gets the 9. And then go back and fill in a 1 and a 2. 3 is there. 4 and 5. 6 is there. 7 and 8. 9 is there. 10 and 11. 12 is there. All right, so now I'm looking for 1:30. So when I try to draw 1:30, I don't want to point right at the 1 because that means it's exactly 1 o'clock. So what I want to do is point in between the 1 and the 2. So I'm going to take my little hand and point at that spot in between the 1 and the 2. I'm not going to touch any of those numbers. That's the long hand. The long minute hand reaches out and touches those numbers. So 1:30. Remember, this was o'clock. 30 is when it went down. So down to the bottom, touch that 6. See if your clock matches mine for 1:30. All right, let's try another one. This time we're going to draw 2 o'clock. All right, let's see if we can draw our clock again. All right, here we go. Draw that circle. What number belongs at the top? 12. Good job. To the right? 3. Good job. To the bottom? 6. Excellent. To the left? 9. All right, and then go back and fill in your empty spaces. This helps keep our numbers spread out so that we can tell our time or draw our time on the clock. We don't want all of our numbers scrunched onto one side of the clock. We wouldn't be able to figure out what time it is. So draw a clock to show 2 o'clock. So there's my clock. Now it's got to say 2 o'clock. Exactly 2 o'clock. So that means my hour hand, my little hand, is going to point right to that 2. Because it's not past it, it's exactly 2 o'clock. But remember, don't touch that 2 with the hour hand. O'clock. Think about where o'clock means. O'clock means it's up at the top. Up to the top. It is 2 o'clock. Let's see if your clock matches mine. Make sure your little hand doesn't touch. Long hand, minute hand does. All right. How about 6 o'clock? Let's try that one. All right, here we go. Draw our clock. To the top goes the 12. To the right goes the 6. To the right goes the 3. To the bottom goes the 6. To the left goes the 9, and I'm going to fill in those empty spaces. Keep my numbers nice and spread out so I can show you exactly what 6 o'clock looks like on a clock. All right. It's exactly 6 o'clock, so that means I'm going to point my hour hand at the 6. Not going to touch it, just pointing there. And o'clock, that means I need to reach up and touch the top. 6 o'clock. Let's see if we match. Very good. 6 o'clock. Awesome. All right, let's try one more here. Let's try 3:30. Draw the clock to show 3:30. All right, so go ahead and start to draw your clock. Up top goes the 12. To the right goes the 3. To the bottom goes the 6. To the left goes the 9. And then fill in your other numbers. So our clock is nice and spaced out. All right, we are ready for 3:30. Is it exactly 3 o'clock? No, it is 3:30. That means I don't want to point exactly to that 3 over there. That means I want to be in between 3 and 4. I want to show it's past 3 o'clock, but it's not 4 yet. So I'm going to point that direction, not touch it, just point. Now that's my hour hand. My minute hand says 30. So that means I'm going to take this long hand down and touch the 6 for 3:30. Let's see if your clock and my clock matches. 3:30. Very good. All right, really quick, let's do a quick review before I send you out on your own. Show me with your arm. What if it's an o'clock time? Where does that long minute hand go? Correct, up top. Show me with your arm. If it's a 30, where does it go? Correct, it goes down to the 6. All right, let's try it faster. O'clock, 30, 30, o'clock, o'clock, 30, 30, o'clock. All right, keep those in mind as you practice with your puzzle piece down below those half-hour times into the hour. Good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow.